What's up guys, Blue here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my Adamancipator Magnet Warrior deck profile. If you guys like the video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe because it only helps the channel grow stronger. And I don't really have much to say about this deck, so without further ado, let's just get straight into it. I will say there were a few decisions that I had, and I'll be going through why I made those decisions for the deck, but the extra deck, I am missing 2 cards, and those are 2 cards that you can choose what you would like to run in it. But starting off with the Adamancipator monsters, you run 3 Researcher, 3 Seeker, and of course 3 Analyzer. All 3 of them have the effect of, during your main phase, you can excavate the top 5 cards of the deck and summon a rock, level 4 or lower rock non-tuner monster from among them onto the field. And this is mostly going to be getting your Magnet Warriors, but they all have that effect, and then they all have their own summoning effect, where Researcher, if you control a rock monster, you could special summon her from your hand. Seeker, if you control another Adamancipator monster, you could special summon him from your hand. And Analyzer, if only your opponent controls a monster, you could special summon her from your hand. That's it for the Adamancipators. On to the Magnet Warriors. I run 3 Delta the Magnet Warrior. Delta the Magnet Warrior runs, I run 3 of him because he helps with getting some of your Electromagnet Warriors engraved for your Berserkion, and also fuels the graveyard for Berserkion to pop more cards. And plus he also has the effect of banishing 3 Magnet Warriors from your grave besides himself, and summoning Valkyrion from hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, which gets you a 3,500 beater, which is pretty good. Up next, I run 2 Alpha, the Electromagnet Warrior. What Alpha does is when he's summoned, normally special summoned, you can add a level 8 or lower, level 8 Magnet Warrior from your deck to your hand, and then during your opponent's main phase, during your opponent's turn, you could use his effect to tribute himself, summon a Magnet Warrior from deck, level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior, but this is just going to be primarily using the normal summon, normal or special summon effect to add Berserkion and Valkyrion if you need him. Up next, I run 2 Beta, the Magnet Warrior. What Beta does is when it's normally special summoned, it adds a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your deck to your hand, and it also has the effect of during your opponent's turn, you could tribute him, summon a Magnet Warrior from your deck. You're going to be using him to search out all your missing Magnet Warriors, being either Alpha or the 2 Gamma, the Electromagnet Warrior. Gamma, when he's normally special summoned, he summons a Magnet Warrior from your hand, and also has the effect of during your opponent's turn, you can tribute him, special summon a Magnet Warrior from your deck. Most of these guys, if you do leave one on field to summon a Magnet Warrior, you're going to be summoning Delta, just so Delta can send another one, and you'll fuel your graveyard for Berserkion if you're holding them in hand. And the reason why I'm only running 2 of each of these is because, yes, I am running 1 Alpha the Magnet Warrior, 1 Beta the Magnet Warrior, and 1 Gamma the Magnet Warrior. Now, this may seem stupid, you're running 3 Garnets in your deck, but the reason why I'm running them is because they are all level 4s, and also they are Magnet Warriors, so they can help with, if you're really desperate, they could help summoning Valkyrion from hand, but they are Magnet Warriors, so they trigger Berserkion to destroy more cards. And also they are level 4s, meaning that you can use them with your Adamancipators to go into Raptite and later on into Dragite. And then continuing with the Magnet Warriors, I run 2 Berserkion, the Electromagnet Warrior. You could special summon him from your hand by banishing a Alpha, the Electromagnet Warrior, Beta, the Electromagnet Warrior, and Gamma, the Electromagnet Warrior from your hand, field, or grave. Then you special summon him, and he has a non-once per turn effect of banishing a Magnet Warrior from grave, and then destroying a card your opponent controls. You could do that as many times as you have Magnet Warriors in grave to banish, and also, if he's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon back a Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, the Electromagnet Warrior, from your banish zone. So he brings back the materials that were used to summon him. Last, for the Magnet Warriors, I run 1 Valkyrion, the Magnet Warrior. The reason I'm running him is because Delta can summon him, and he's a beater. And if you have them, you can tribute him, summon Alpha, Beta, and Gamma back from the grave, so that doesn't really come up. He's just pretty much just a beat stick for a Delta to summon. For hand traps, I run 3 Nibiru, the Primal Being, Reason being, he's searchable by Gallant Granite, which you could use 2 level 4s to summon. I run 3 Effect Veiler. It's a negation that you could use to stop your opponent, or, well, yeah, just to stop your opponent. But Infinite Imperm, however, you can use to stop your opponent, or if they set up a negate on your turn, you can use it to bait out that negate. But that's it for the hand traps. Moving on to the rest of the spells. I run 3 Adamancipator Signs. This targets a level of rock monster in your graveyard, special summons it, and then if it was an Adamancipator monster you summoned, you could place a level 4 or lower rock monster from your deck to the top of it, which basically gives you a guaranteed hit on one of your Adamancipators if you have not used that monster's effect. Most likely going to be using the one that you summon off of Halqifibrax, just so you can link it off, summon it back with this, and get an extra material. Next, I run 3 Magnet Induction. This, if you control a Magnet Warrior whose original level is 4 or lower, you special summon another level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your deck, and that gets you an extra material on field, which you can use to go into a Gorgonic Golem or something. Gorgonic Guardian, sorry. But you can use it for that, or you could use it for extra link plays or synchro plays with your Adamancipators. But also, for the rest of the turn, your Magnet Warriors and Magna Warriors cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Last but not least, I also run 1 Monster Born just for more recursion to get more materials back on board. But that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck, I run 1 Naturia Beast. Naturia Beast you can make using any one of Seeker, using Seeker, Analyzer with one of any of your Magnet Warriors. Because any one of these gives you the Beast, which is, every time your opponent activates a spell, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the grave to negate it, and that is not once per turn, so you could just continuously keep negating spells, which basically just locks them out of using spells. And then after having that, you just have to worry about setting up monster negates. I run 2 Adamancipator Raptite. Raptite, when it's summoned, not when it's summoned, during your main phase, you can reveal top 5 cards of your deck, and then special summon a rock monster among them. This one can get your tuner monsters, being your Adamancipator monsters. Also has an effect if you have a wind monster in grave, but I don't run any winds, so we're not using that. 1 Adamancipator Risen Dragite. Dragite has the effect of, during your main phase, you can reveal top 5 cards of your deck, and then you return cards that your opponent controls to their hand up to the number of rock monsters revealed. Which, of course, you're running all rock monsters, so except for Effect Veiler. But if you see any of those monsters, you get to return a card from your opponent's field to hand. And he also has the effect, if you have a water monster in a graveyard, which we are running Halqifibrax, so we do have a water, he can negate a card that your opponent activates. That's it for the synchros. On to the XYZs. I run 1 Gallant Granite. Gallant Granite is basically just going to be used for a search effect of detaching material, adding a rock monster from your deck to your hand. This can search any monster in your deck, even Nibiru. It just cannot search Effect Veiler, which we don't really care about. 1 Abyss Dweller, just for some graveyard hate on your opponent. 1 Gorgonic Guardian. Not many people will probably know what this card does, but it takes 2 level 3 rocks, and then during your turn, during either player's turn, you could detach an XYZ material, target a card on a monster on the field. It negates its effects, and its attack becomes 0. And then during your turn, you can target a monster with 0 attack on the field and destroy it. So it negates their effect, sets their attack to 0, and then later on in your turn you could destroy it with this. That's it for XYZs. On to the links. I run 1 Crystron Halqifibrax. Everybody knows what he does, but if you don't, when he's summoned, he summons a tuner monster, level 3 or lower tuner monster from your deck. Its effects are negated while it's on field, but during your opponent's turn, you can banish him to summon a Synchro Tuner, which, if you want to run that, you can. I do not run it in this particular deck, because you want to send him to grave for your Dragite to be able to use his negate. Next, I run 1 IP Masquerena. This card basically allows you to link summon during your opponent's turn, and using that, you're going to either go into Phoenix for a Speller Trap destruction, Cerberus for monster destruction, or Unicorn, which is just to shuffle any card that your opponent controls to the deck. Last, for the links that I run the Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess for your monster negates. That way you can have a even distribution of negates of monsters and spells. And as I said at the beginning, there are 2 slots that are open for whatever you feel that you might need in this deck, whether it be more draw power in a Link monster or something, or just OTK potential in like a Borosword or something like that. But that's pretty much it for the deck profile, guys. If you guys like the video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe, because it only helps the channel grow strong. Peace.